What is up, my bearded bros? Bearded Maniac here with Week 11 NFL game picks, and we had, officially our worst week in the history of game picks ever. And I mean, it was awful. We went a total of 4-9. So the games we got wrong: Kansas City at Tennessee, which that upset was beautiful. Great game. Chargers, Oakland. Rivers played like shit. Giants over the Jets. Barkley didn't do anything. New Orleans getting upset by Atlanta. We correctly predicted Cleveland over Buffalo, so I'm pretty decently happy about that. In Chicago over Detroit, which I'm happy about. I thought with Joe Staley and Juszczyk, San Fran would beat Seattle, and they didn't. Dallas didn't win against Minnesota, obviously. My upset of Carolina was wrong as well. I meant in my head to pick the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I didn't. And I'm looking back, and the whole week I thought I picked the Steelers, and I didn't. And then Miami won again, so that's good. I mean, we went 4-9, but we're 86-61 overall. Nothing absolutely dog shit terrible, but not good. We gotta do better. Gotta do loads better. We start off with our Thursday night football prediction. And if people don't consider this an upset, I did pick a second upset as well, but we have the Pittsburgh Steelers going to Cleveland to take on the Browns. And currently, by the spread, the Cleveland Browns are favored in this game, which I can see why, because with the run game of Nick Chubb, Odell Beckham, and Jarvis Landry in the fold as well, and Kareem Hunt returning and not having a bad game at all last time, I can see why they might be favored, but I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers here and chalk it down to Minka Fitzpatrick fever or whatever you want to call it. Fitz fever. I don't know. I can't think of anything smart right now. But I like the Steelers. James Conner's coming back healthy. I question the Browns' run defense, and I think that's what the Steelers are going to exploit. Obviously, Mason Rudolph versus Baker Mayfield is a very interesting matchup indeed. It's one of two matchups against the Browns the Steelers have in the next 3 weeks. So that's very interesting as well. Also, I think this is going to be battle of the defenses, and in the end, I trust Mike Tomlin more than I trust Freddie Kitchens, so I gotta go Steelers. And you got the Jets at the Washington Redskins. I'm actually picking the Redskins to win this one, and in doing so, if the Redskins win, they virtually guarantee the Bengals will have the number one pick, because the Redskins are really the only ones left with only one win. Only one game behind Cincinnati. But I think the Redskins can win. I like McLaurin in this one. Dwayne Haskins, I don't really trust too much. But with Le'Veon Bell's missing practice due to an illness, I don't know what kind of state he's going to be in. I wanted to pick Jamal Adams in the Jets defense, but I don't 100% trust Sam Darnold. Now, by all accounts, the Jets might be favored in this game, and I can realistically see why they should. But I like that defensive front for Washington. I think it's going to provide issues. And you have New Orleans at Tampa Bay. I'm picking New Orleans here. I think that defense will bounce back. I think that offense will bounce back. Toughest part about this game is them going to stop Godwin and Evans. But we shall see how that goes. It could be good. It could also be a very And then we got Denver at Minnesota. I'm picking Minnesota in this one. I don't trust the backup quarterback in Denver to the Vikings defense. Buffalo, Miami. I'm picking Buffalo to bounce back after a tough loss to Cleveland. Miami, after a good win to Indy, I think stumbles up a little bit. Buffalo's defense, I think, is definitely better than Indy with the injuries, I should say. And I think that Buffalo offense is a little bit better than a Brian Hoyer-led offense without T.Y. Hilton. It should be a close game. I think Miami will produce, and I think it will be a game that's decided by less than 4 points. And then you got New England at Philadelphia Eagles. I'm picking New England coming off a bye. It should be a very close game. Deshaun Jackson's obviously not playing, so you got the receiving core of Alshon Jeffrey and Aguilar, and I believe Jordan Matthews, who just got re-signed. You got them going up against the Patriots secondary, which is their strength, the secondary. It's going to be a tough matchup, and where the Patriots are vulnerable in the run defense, as shown by Lamar Jackson, I don't think Carson Wentz has that same mobility, and I don't think that run offense of the Eagles has that same lethality to it as well. So I think the Patriots bounce back. I'm looking for Sanu to have a big game, and I'm picking the Patriots to win this one 30-26. And then you have Jacksonville at Indianapolis. I'm picking Indianapolis here. This is with the assumption in mind that Darius Leonard is playing completely healthy. I'm hoping he is. I don't know if Nick Foles is starting or not, but the situation basically has me. I trust Indianapolis' defense more so than I trust the Jacksonville offense currently. Indy desperately needs this game. If Indy loses this game, they drop to 5-5. Realistically, out of the wild card, considering how the other teams are playing. Now, mathematically, they're definitely not out whatsoever, but I'm saying with the other teams in mind, realistically, you have to think they're over. And if Houston can pull off an upset over the Baltimore Ravens this week and Indy loses, Houston basically locks up the division. Although mathematically they don't. I'm still picking Indy to beat Jacksonville. I trust Frank Reich, and I think he's going to do a good job. And then you got Dallas at Detroit. I'm picking Dallas again, even though I should learn my lesson not to pick Dallas. I keep picking Dallas, and I keep disappointing myself. But I'm picking the Cowboys to win this one against Detroit. The one main reason in picking Dallas over Detroit is I do not know the current health of Matthew Stafford. And I don't know what that situation is going to be like. And I have to go with my gut and say Matthew Stafford's not going to be 100%, and I think that's enough for the Dallas Cowboys defense to step up, the pass rush to step up, and the offense to step up. I need to see more out of Zeke this week. God damn it. And then you have Atlanta at Carolina. I'm picking Carolina to win this one behind the back of Christian McCaffrey. No Devontae Freeman for the Atlanta offense, as he's expected to be up for, I believe, 2 weeks. Matt Ryan is back, but that run game is going to be shallow. And that's going to help Carolina put some pressure on, create some sacks. And I think Carolina escapes with the win. And then you have Houston at Baltimore. I'm picking Houston in the upset. Yes, I'm picking Houston in the upset. This is no knock against the Baltimore Ravens. If I have to put percentages on that, I would give the Ravens a 68% chance to win. Yes, 68-32. One reason being is I love the Baltimore Ravens front seven, and I don't necessarily love the Houston Texans front seven or front line currently. I don't know the current health of Laramie Tunsil, and what's his status and what's the status of the offensive line for the Houston Texans. I honestly don't pay enough attention to that, and that is my fault. I've had a busy week, and I do apologize. But the one combination that I trust in this game more so, and that I think will propel the Texans to victory, although, like I said, I do believe the Ravens should be favored. Lamar Jackson, probably MVP candidate, MVP winner at this point. Although the Ravens are rightfully favored and are probably going to win this one, I'm still picking the Texans because I see the combination of Fuller, Stills, and Hopkins producing big yardage, big plays, big points. And I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to come down to the last drive. I think the ball is in Deshaun Watson's hands last, and I think that's what propels the Texans to victory. I am picking a final score of 38-35 on a game-winning touchdown after Baltimore has a lead of 3 points. And then you have Arizona at San Fran. I'm picking San Fran here, as banged up as they are. I still think they go over Kyle Fuller-led offense, mainly because I believe that defense for San Fran is that much better. Although Arizona is improving, the one way the Arizona could definitely encourage an upset is if Chandler Jones gets the pass rush going early and puts Garoppolo under a lot of pressure to make some bad throws, and maybe have Patrick Peterson and Budda Baker just steal some. And then you have Cincinnati, Oakland. I'm picking Oakland here. That's easy. Chicago Rams. I'm picking the Rams. I'm picking the Chicago Bears. I'm picking the Chicago Bears to beat the Rams. Even though I don't trust Mitch Trubisky, and I don't trust that offense, I'm picking the Bears to beat the Rams. You want to know why? The Rams are major fucking disappointment. 12 points against the Steelers? That is ridiculous. 12 points against the Steelers. That is ridiculous. And the Bears defense is much better. So Goff, are you going to show up or not? My guess is you're not going to show up, and that's why I'm picking the Bears. Because even if Trubisky is bad, at least he shows up, Goff. At least he shows up. More so for the fact I think the Bears defense is honestly going to bounce back in this game. I don't know necessarily the health situation of the Rams offense, but they just don't look as lethal, and I think the Bears defense and pass rush is just going to be too much. And then you got Kansas City at the Chargers. I'm picking the Kansas City Chiefs to bounce back. The Chargers are a good team to bounce back against, as proven by the Raiders last week. And the Raiders defense, how they played against Phillip Rivers. I think Kansas City can do almost the same thing. They're a little bit better when it comes to pass rush for the Chiefs. And I like their offense a hell of a lot more to exploit the Chargers pass rush. Now, the Chargers pass rush of Bosa and Ingram is lethal. But with the speed of which Mahomes can get rid of the ball, Tyreek Hill going down the field, Watkins, Hardman, all of them, Travis Kelce, whether they have to play quick slants or not, they got LaShawn McCoy to relieve some pressure after his rest week. He should be back 100%. I'm going with the Chiefs. I think Mahomes is going to get the ball out of his hands too quickly, and I think that's going to be the downfall. I think it's going to be a good game. I don't think it's going to be a complete blowout. I'm going to go 28-21. I do think the pass rush does get to Mahomes with like 4 sacks, but I still think Mahomes overcomes. Sadly, unlike they did in Tennessee. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you have a good day. Hopefully we go 9-4 or 9-5, not 4-9 again. I'll see you guys. Peace.